Okay, so pull it through the hole, Helen. And then you're going to pull this one through the hole too. Both of them, okay? You're fine at the front here, Chris?
Yeah, I'm trying to maintain position.
Okay, where's the second one? We just dropped it. Hi, we're Chris and Sandra. We started America's Great Loop in July of 2023, but it all started in the spring of 2022 when we bought a boat we named Thataway. On a foggy May morning last year, we said goodbye to Port Dover and headed down Lake Erie and the Welland Canal and on to Lake Ontario. We had a summer of fun boat projects and explored Lake Ontario and the famous heritage canal system, the Trent Severn Waterway. We spent the spring of 2023 overhauling the galley of Thataway and took off in July, even though we had lots more to do. Join us as we make our way around the 6,000-mile journey of North American inland waters.
So the pickup point for Uber is the casino, which is kind of not a very stunning location, but we're on our way to Chicago. We're going to spend a few hours there, and then we see our daughter Helen, and we haven't seen her in a long time, so I'm pretty excited. You pretty excited?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited.
Except you need a nap. So yeah, we're going to take an Uber up to the South Shoreline train station. It's $7 to get into Chicago. It goes right downtown. Pretty convenient. I mean, except for the Uber ride, but that's fine. And her plane gets in around 9, and so hopefully we'll be back before midnight. But did I say how much I'm looking forward to seeing her? See you soon, honey.
'We just couldn't get enough of Chicago. We just loved it at night when it was all lit up. And all the noises. We're no strangers to living in big cities, but Chicago had a special quality to it. And then we met Joshua, who insisted I film him.
You ready?
Tell us what your name is.
My name is Joshua Lee Jordan, man. Scrap Liddy.
He also offered to do all my editing for me for $1 million, so we weren't quite sure how to peg this guy. He was very happy and engaging, and I really wasn't sure what he was talking about.
Hey, all Miss Liddies ain't got to do this. Look, everybody's Miss Liddy. Everybody's Miss Liddy, and it's like, I don't care if you big, small, or out of shape. Baby, you was Miss Liddy on this day. Don't let nobody tell you that you ain't Miss Liddy. Because Miss Liddy, she get treated by Scrap Liddy, and Scrap Liddy will never be because he got everything he want and need in this lifetime and in the next. They know how I'm coming. They know how I'm rocking, man. I love y'all, man. White power.
500 calories per slice.
So I think we should just get a smaller pizza, like something.
So there's a Chicago Classic.
Oh, so like a deluxe.
Chicago Classic.
Yeah, it's like a deluxe.
Chicago Classic.
So are you thinking like, I don't know how big they are, like a medium?
Okay, so if you go over to the right,
I see that.
the deep dish is 500 calories per slice.
That wasn't what I asked though.
So I'm thinking a small, which I'm assuming has 4 slices in it.
All right.
Alrighty, y'all.
Thank you.
Would you like me to get you started with the first slice?
I think we're fine, but can we get another set of utensils? Thank you.
Do you want this set?
Sure. I could use a plate too.
Thank you. That's huge.
It's enormous.
I think it's mostly cheese or mostly toppings.
This, was it? There were toppings in this. Pepperoni, green pepper,
It's like a deluxe, but it was a Chicago special. All
Chicago
right,
special.
let's dig in. So, Giordano's, probably said that wrong, tasty, for sure, but unpopular opinion here. I actually preferred Robert's Pizza and Dough Company pizza. It was thin crust pizza, but it was yummy. This would be great if you had a sports party, like a Grey Cup, saying Canadian stuff here, Grey Cup or Super Bowl game, and beer and loud noises and just kind of partying. But Robert's Pizza and Dough Company is for a nice Riesling wine, for good company, some nice little appetizers ahead of time, nice thin crust. I don't know, I liked it better. But Chris, you said you found another deep dish pizza company here in Chicago that apparently...
Yeah, it supposedly gets #1 all the time.
Yeah,
This was
so
nice.
This was nice.
I liked Robert's better.
The pizza dough was very much like bread dough, and I found it a little bit cardboardy actually, but the pizza dough that Roberts uses is a fermented one, so probably a sourdough one, which is probably why I like it so much. Anyway, definitely this is worth coming, but the other one was our favorite. Seriously? We don't have to use it.
Hey Ellen, how you doing?
Ellen is our youngest, and in April she finished her university degree in engineering. She promptly moved back to her beloved mountains and streams, and we've missed her ever since. She's working for an engineering consulting firm out there,
I'm pretty much ready, yep.
so she brought some of her work with her for a couple of days. But first, we decided we'd fill up the diesel tank. This is the first time we did an absolute fill-up of the tank.
Yes, bow.
We also did a
Bow
pump
first. Do
out,
you mind doing
since
the
we were
bow?
going to be leaving the next
got a
week
bow thruster, so
for
you can bow it.
Joliet and the river system. Helen's been on the boat before. She and her partner Kevin have been in previous episodes of our channel, and they came with us down the Welland Canal and across Lake Ontario to Port Credit. It was such a treat to have her all to ourselves for the first time in a long time.
Yeah, that's the shoreline too.
That's the what?
The double-decker.
That's the name of it?
Yeah, underway using engine.
Oh, that's what your AIS says?
Yeah,
Okay, I think you're okay.
that's why.
And it looks much calmer in there, so that's good.
Yeah, be nice to get out of this.
Now, is that another boat way over on the other side on land?
I don't think so.
So it looks like there's got there's spray coming out the front.
It is.
So what's the protocol? You stay to the right?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay to the right.
Monroe Harbor mooring field was huge. Okay, so there's a big red one coming down the fairway on the other side of the breakwall.
Right.
So I'm not sure what the protocol is there. X22.
You think we can sneak up through the boats?
I don't know that I would. That's a 23? I'll see. Oh, it's a 21.
Well, either way.
That's an E.
Which one?
Right there. But that doesn't look like... Is that E right there, Helen? It's turning. I can't see it for sure.
I think...
Yep, that's an E.
Yeah, so I'm turning left down here.
Yeah, I see E4. It's behind that sailboat that is on the big blue can. Do you see it?
No.
So this is E1. I'm going to get out of your way.
Okay, I see it. Yeah.
E1, E2 is empty, as well as E1, and then E3 has the sailboat, and then E4 and the sailboat.
Sure.
So Helen, I think You're also going to keep an eye on behind us to make sure we don't back into that sailboat. Okay?
Yeah, that would probably not be good.
I'd spoken to another Canadian couple who'd spent a few days up in the mooring field, and they had said that they had a mooring can with the line attached to it, but because their bow was so high, they had to have help to attach it. Our bow was lower, so I was all ready with the plan to grab the line out of the water, bring it up to the bow, and attach our lines. Plan Bs are always really important. There are no...
Security, 4-tier mode.
We have to get onto that ring. There's no ropes coming up.
It's that white one?
Yeah, but there's no ropes coming up. We have to get our lines through there.
Sure.
How do we do that?
From the swim platform?
I can't do that though because these lines won't go all the way back.
Okay, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to hold position.
Okay.
So I think we got a few minutes here to figure it out.
So if you can...
I'm going to go a little bit past, then I'm going to spin.
Because I can't feed it through there without going down to water level. Unless you bring the snow, it's going to have to be off the swim platform.
Helen, can I see the ball?
Great, so I think the objective here is to try to get one of them through to start.
Somebody's going to watch that boat behind us.
Yeah, I can only do this off the swim platform, and I don't know how you're going to do that. So I put the camera where I thought all the action was going to be, but it turns out it was all on the sides. Okay, I'm going to have to take this off, go back, feed it through, and then bring it up, okay?
Can somebody be my eyes on the ball?
Helen's at the back. I can't be at the back, and the front is all... So if you go straight ahead and just keep
I can see it now, but it's going to disappear in a few minutes.
Okay, what do you want me to do? Go put it on the ball or keep an eye on the ball? Can you see it outside?
In a minute, yeah.
Okay, it's okay if you scrape it a bit. This is really good if you can keep going straight slowly.
Yeah, I get that.
Everything's fine behind you.
Yeah, I don't want to get much closer.
Helen, when I get this through, I'm going to loop it back, and then you're going to walk it to the front while Dad lets it drift backwards.
I'm going to reverse a bit.
Well, no. Keep going forward, Chris. You're about 10 feet away, 6 feet away.
Yeah, I've got boats on both sides of it.
Okay, I can't reach it yet. Helen, do you think you can reach it from there?
Maybe. I just move it.
Yeah, put it through. Okay, we're through, so you can drift back now, Chris. So you've got probably 30 or 40 feet behind you. So we're gonna walk that to the front while Dad goes backwards.
Okay, I think we're good.
So, yeah, walk it through. Keep going. You're still fine behind, Chris. Okay, so pull it through the hole, Helen. And then you're gonna pull this one through the hole too. Both of them, okay? You're fine at the front here, Chris. And here is where everything went straight to the garbage can. Okay, where's the second one? You just dropped it.
What's wrong?
We might have come off the ball.
Gotta talk to me.
I don't know. We've dropped this thing, and it's 35 feet. Yeah, we lost it. We're gonna have to do it again.
Gotta talk to me.
It's off.
How's the boat behind me?
I can't hear you anymore.
Boat behind me?
It's amazing how much over the last couple of months we've depended on our Sena Bluetooth headsets for communication. In this case, it probably wouldn't have helped to have hand signals because I was at the back of the boat, Chris was at the front. Poor Helen was running back and forth between us, trying to get my comments to Chris and Chris's to mine, but it was never fast enough. This thing's failed, so I can't even hear anything. Chris, did you want to go back out and come down and take another run at it?
I'm gonna try one more time here. Can you get that headset working?
We're trying. Did I say something? Okay, put these on. Okay, the boat at your rear, you need to be careful of it to your port. Right over there. See that one?
What am I looking at?
That sailboat, if you...
Yeah,
These are working. Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can
Once
hear you.
Helen and I got the headsets working again, we managed to get up the side of the ball, get it connected again, and get it around to the other side of the bow.
Tell me, am I close?
All right, just a minute, you're close. I'm gonna get it this time. Oh, here we go. Okay, Helen, don't let go of this one. Okay, we're secure. Once we were secure, we took a bit of a break, but then ended up taking the dinghy around to put better lines on.
That was stressful.
That was a little stressful.
It's like you guys are talking on the thing and then I just hear, Helen!
Radio, it stopped working.
Our first night on the mooring ball started out very peacefully. By about 10 p.m. the wind had really picked up and the waves were coming in from the south, so it was coming straight into the harbor, and it rocked the boat around so badly that we were almost tossed out of our beds. And a sailboat next to us came loose of its mooring. Amazingly, the owner was on board and managed to drive it back to the mooring ball and attach it single-handedly. The next day was absolutely beautiful.
So anyway, we're up, and then I have a hard time because really I should be flying at first person, but then I always look up and that really screws you up. But regardless, I'm up above mast height.
Okay.
Yeah, now I'm definitely above mast height.
Monroe Harbor, this is motor vessel Thataway. Over.
For the tender?
Yes, please, at Echo 4. Repeat, Echo 4.
Go for, I'll be there for you soon. Do you want to go on the stern or do you have a gate?
Which one do you prefer?
Gate.
We have a gate.
Super, see you there in a bit.
Wonderful, thanks. Motor vessel Thataway out. The tender service at Monroe Harbor was absolutely amazing. They operated at the time we were there between 8 a.m. and 12 midnight. We never waited more than about 5 or 6 minutes for a tender to appear. At the busiest times of the day, these boats were full. The level of skill with some of the pilots was amazing, and even though it looks like this woman took a little longer to dock, most of the time they just sucked it right in, tied up, and we were off. We had breakfast at Yoke Restaurant, which I believe is a chain in the States. It was quite delicious. And we took the obligatory architectural tour of Chicago.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, now that everybody's awake, I'd like to officially welcome you all to the Fred A. Bussey. We're going to be heading out onto Lake Michigan and down the Chicago River for a historic and architectural tour. So who's excited? Okay. And to the left-hand side with a dome on the top and what looks like a little Greek temple on each of its corners. That's the Jewelers Building, built in 1927 in the neoclassical style, inspired by ancient Greece and Rome. Now, it got its name because this was the headquarters for much of Chicago's jewelry industry during the 1930s. There were other industries, though, at the time, including, of course, crime. Al Capone operated out of our city, after all, and the jewelers were afraid that a criminal element would break into their fancy cars. So they built a car elevator in the Jewelers Building that would lift their cars to a secure parking structure higher in the building. Did this protect them from Al Capone, though? No, it did not. Al Capone actually leased an office in the Jewelers Building and had full access to that elevator. Some people even say that he used it to smuggle liquor into the city, although, sadly, can't confirm that. Now, across the bridge on the...
So just keep it off away from the path.
Helen wanted to use the drone, but she was a little uncomfortable using it over the water in case she lost
It's
it.
phenomenal. This is a
Helen
4K
and her brother
camera.
and sister spent a lot of time in their youth doing a lot of fun
It's
stuff with
ridiculous
Chris.
how far these things have
As a
come.
guy who likes to tinker, who likes math and science, and playing around with things, they had a childhood full of robotics, Arduinos, Raspberry Pis, coding, and a number of other things I can't even recall. And Chris wanted to fly the drone over the river to see if you'd get the bridges and the boats. We enjoyed our pizza several weeks ago at Robert's Pizza and Dough Company, so much so that we decided to take Helen there for dinner one night. While we were waiting for our reservation on the waterfront, Chris perfected his headstand. Too soon, Helen's visit with us was over. And because her plane left early in the morning, we got up at 5:30 and took her across the harbor in the dinghy to say goodbye.
Come up for a second. Thank you for coming, Helen. So good to see you. Come and join us soon again.
It's good seeing you.
So you will text when you get on the train, so I know that you made it to the train, and then when you get to the airport.
If I have Wi-Fi, right?
And then when you get to the airport, minimally, okay? So I don't worry. You know where you're going?
Yeah. More or less.
You're gonna try not to cross through parks, right?
Yeah.
Like stick to the highways. This one's okay, but
I have traveled by myself.
I know, but as long if I know what you're up to, then I worry.
Okay.
If I don't know.
That's good.
All right. Bye, honey.
Bye.
See ya. And she's gone.
Yeah.
We had one more day in Chicago, and I happened upon the Maggie Daly Park. It's situated next to the pediatric hospital and pretty much dedicated to kids with cancer. It's a public space, though, so there were lots of kids there. I just thought it was an amazing thing to have next to a hospital, especially since families would be visiting there. This is just amazing to have this right next to a pediatric hospital.
just the kind of things that kids love to do. Very simple. I mean, adults love it too, because look at me. I think I could just come to Chicago and stay in the parks. And all these little pathways go off to different areas. I'm so impressed.
We spent the afternoon at the Museum of Science and Industry in Chicago, the largest science center in the Western Hemisphere. I was quite taken with the trains, obviously. This was the story of the great trains, from Chicago all the way out to Seattle.
The next train, baby, I do believe. Come on, let's ride this train.
The level of detail was absolutely astounding.
Come on, let's ride this train. Now I ain't missed a 9 to 5, I don't hear it in my song. I'm gonna pull my weight, don't get me wrong. A brand new start and a whole new part, they are big old shoes to fill.
We spent the extra $18 and went and saw and walked through a restored German U-boat.
Welcome aboard the U-505. Now, like I said, currently standing in the petty officer's quarters. We have made a few changes for you all, mostly for convenience. For starters, the floor has been lowered about a foot. Now, up here where I'm standing, this is actually the original height. Now, alongside this wall here would have been another set of bunk beds just like these, and instead of that giant hole in the side of the boat that we entered through, that would not have been there.
Thanks for joining us this week. If you haven't already, please subscribe, ring the bell, and please leave your questions and comments. Next week, we start down the Illinois River in anticipation of the locks being open. Thanks for watching. See you next time.